he still just hasn't had a chance to really just do his own thing. Hey everybody, Colton here, and we've got a question from Nick. Nick writes, Colton, do you think there's any chance we get another set of character teasers for Doomsday like the ones we got with Avatar Fire and Ash? Maybe they release another 4 with Spider-Man Brand New Day. Great question, Nick. And yeah, I think I said that on a Screen Crush live stream somewhat recently, that maybe we could see another 4 teasers released, like in another stint of the marketing campaign. We know that those first 4, Steve Rogers, Thor, X-Men, and Wakandans and Fantastic Four, Black Panther and Fantastic Four, and of course the Talocons were in there and whatnot. Maybe that was just the first leg, and maybe the second leg of marketing, which will be even, more ramped up as we get to Brand New Day, because that's 6 months out from Doomsday. I think they'll definitely have like a second trailer by then. I think first trailer probably drops with Super Bowl, and then maybe a second trailer with Brand New Day. But yeah, if that, maybe they could do, I mean, it's not a Disney film, but it is a Marvel Studios film that's being put out by Sony, Spider-Man Brand New Day. I think Spider-Man Brand New Day, we just did a video talking about how important it is that that movie feel... It's important to Marvel that it lead well into Doomsday. They need a good lead-in, and Brand New Day could serve as a great lead-in and building up that hype. So maybe if you put Doomsday teasers, like those character teasers, week by week with Brand New Day, that helps the film overall performance-wise, but it also helps just with the excitement that audiences are feeling. What are the 4 trailers we could see, though? What are the another 4 we'd like? One that I've been saying is a New Avengers and Sam's Avengers. So you get the New Avengers, and that's like your main people there, like a Yelena and Bucky. And then you have Sam's Avengers, so he's Captain America, and maybe that's when you introduce that he has team, like on his team, he has like Ant-Man, Shang-Chi, maybe She-Hulk. I'm still pulling for She-Hulk, even if Tatiana Maslany like doesn't end up doing it for whatever reason. Maybe like an Alice, and I love Tatiana Maslany. I hope she does. But you could bring in like Allison Brie or something. That'd be cool. And the teaser, that teaser could be like Sam and Bucky and Yelena having their conflict, which was teased in the post-credit scene of Thunderbolts, them fighting over the name and all that. And it could just say at the end of that trailer, the Avengers will return in Avengers Doomsday. God, I hope that's when we get. Another one could be, hell, if it's for Brand New Day, you could have Tobey Maguire Spider-Man will return in Avengers Doomsday. Do a teaser with Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. God, who else? You could do... I think they should do a Deadpool and Wolverine will return in Avengers Doomsday. I think that would be neat, because God, that movie made 1.3 something billion, and it's an R-rated movie, and it was during this multiverse saga where Marvel movies weren't doing so hot. I think that would be a good trailer to run in front of Brand New Day. What's a 4th one? Because I'm with you that like maybe they do another stretch and it's 4 trailers. What could that 4th one be? You guys let me know down in the comments below. What's one you would like to see? My picks are to do an Avengers one that features the New Avengers and Sam's Avengers. Do a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man one. Do a Deadpool and Wolverine one. And I'm stalling to try and think of what a good 4th would be. Who all is in the movie? Maybe, you've already done an X-Men. I was going to say, maybe you pick up like with Monica Rambeau. You could do like the Marvels will return in Avengers Doomsday, but have like the X-Men in it. Like Monica's over there in that X-Men universe, kind of remind people what's going on there. And you could have Captain Marvel and Kamala Khan. Maybe they're working with, we saw Captain Marvel was there looking at the 10 rings in the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi. We know Miss Marvel has a big connection to the Bengals. The Bengals have a big connection to the multiverse. The Bengals have a connection to why Monica is over in the Fox X-Men universe. So, in the Bengals and the 10 rings are connected. So maybe you connect all that for a teaser. Have it be the Marvels. Maybe the Marvels and... Well, but I just said that Shang-Chi is probably on Sam's Avengers team. I was going to say the Marvels and Shang-Chi will return in Avengers Doomsday or something like that. And explore like the 10 rings and the Bengals aspect of it and why she's there. If that has a big role to play in the movie, which I kind of think it might. Because I think that beacon leads to Loki. And I think that they had plans for like those Bengals and the 10 rings having a connection to Kang. Maybe they can rework that into having a wider connection just to the multiverse story that they are telling. in Avengers Doomsday. But anyway, yeah, we've been talking about Brand New Day a little bit more recently, and it's kind of funny that we've talked so much more about Doomsday when it is much further away than Brand New Day. Brand New Day is like less than 6 months away. And don't get me wrong, man, I am super excited for Brand New Day. I'm a Spider-Man guy. I know you'd think I'm a Doctor Doom guy, but no, I am a Spider-Man guy. So I'm super excited for Brand New Day, and I think it'd be great. And I'll say, as excited as I am, because I'm a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man guy, I love Tobey. As excited as I am for him to very, very, very likely, I would say 100% certainly going to be in Avengers Doomsday, uh, I'll admit that it's a little, I don't want to say disappointing because I haven't seen the film and maybe it just kind of calls for it, but Tom Holland Spider-Man does seem to kind of always get the, he's like second fiddle in his own stuff. Like he had to share Spider-Man Homecoming with Iron Man, Nick Fury and Maria Hill, and his sequel. And Happy. Well, I think Happy Hogan kind of just became a character of that movie, but still, the overwhelming, like, just lurking shadow of Tony Stark was so much in Far From Home. And then in No Way Home, he had to share that movie with his the actors who played the character before he did, and all these classic nostalgia, villains. Which that's great. It's fun. I think he enjoyed it, but he still just hasn't had a chance to really just do his own thing. And now Mark Ruffalo's Hulk and John Bernthal's Punisher and Brand New Day, and I don't have a problem with that. I'm excited for it. But it does feel like he just never gets his full. And I know, poor Tom Holland, he would never complain about this. I think he is very aware of how fortunate he is. So I'm sure he's just like a pig in shit happy, especially him being a Spider-Man fan since he was a kid. But I will say that it's like, just from that character, the MCU Spider-Man, and me being a fan of the MCU Spider-Man, well, I am a fan of the character. Yes, I love his interpretation of the character. Some of the movies, I have complaints with kind of how they handled him. But anyway, what I'm trying to get at is, it's a long, a roundabout way to say, it is kind of that he's not going to be in Doomsday, which it's looking like he's probably not. And neither is Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. And I'm really curious as to what the reason is that they're not in Avengers Doomsday. And we probably won't see them until Secret Wars, or maybe they're in like the post-credit scene for Doomsday or something. But yeah, I do think we could see another stretch of character trailers for the marketing of Spider-Man Brand New Day. That would be cool. And do the same thing. Do the put them out in theaters, and people are going to leak them and people get all excited. I think that would be really smart to try and do that again. And we'll of course get official trailers too. That marketing campaign really worked out, didn't it, for Doomsday? I was kind of a naysayer on it, but it really worked out. All right.
You're still here. It's over. Go home.